If Todd Bowles was able to help an injury-plagued Arizona Cardinals defensive unit remain one of the best in the NFL last year, imagine what he's going to do with all the talent on that side of the ball from the New York Jets. The defensive line was already the best in the game, and they got even better with the selection of Leonard Williams, who I thought was the best defensive player in the NFL draft. New York brought back a pair of former Rex Ryan employees to help fix a broken secondary. Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie are part of Grand Green Nation again. The back end of the defense simply couldn't hold up last year despite having one of the top front sevens in the league. They've been 31st in pass yards allowed per game the last 2 years, but that won't be a problem this season. Revis took advantage of the NFL free agency system again, inking a 5-year, $70 million contract during the offseason, astonishing 39 of it guaranteed. If the offense was only so lucky. But then again, maybe they did get a stroke of it. When Ike Enemkpali broke Geno Smith's jaw, I thought that was the best thing that could have happened to the Jets. I am one of the biggest Geno haters out there. I think he stinks. I think he's freaking awful. Ryan Fitzpatrick, to me, is an upgrade. The epitome of Geno Smith was seen last year against the Buffalo Bills when he had 3 of the worst turnovers I'd ever seen in just 1 quarter of action. With the defense that the Jets have, all they need is a game manager, and Fitzpatrick just, that's what he is. He's not going to lose you games. Smith will. The offense scored just 17.7 points per game a year ago, which was 28th in the NFL. Bowles takes over for Rex Ryan, who made a big splash for his first 2 years with the Jets, leading them to an AFC Championship game each season, but went 26-38 in 4 years after and never got back to the postseason. I honestly think there's a lot to like about this team, and they're going to be better than a lot of people expect. I don't see them making the playoffs or anything, but a 500 mark is certainly possible, especially if the defense lives up to the hype. You got Todd Bowles calling the blitzes. It's kind of a dangerous combination, so we'll see what happens. All right, before I go position by position, I've got all the rankings below, the unit rankings, player rankings, so make sure you check those out. All right, let's start with Fitzpatrick, since I think he's the best quarterback to lead this team right now. Obviously, since he's a Harvard guy, he's a very smart man. He's a move-the-chains type of quarterback who isn't going to beat you deep. He knows what he is and is going to efficiently run the offense. The 32-year-old, however, is coming off, a broken leg. And then there's Smith, who's struggled with reading defenses and his decision-making. He's completed just 57.5% of his passes and has thrown 25 touchdowns to go with a whopping 34 interceptions. Bryce Petty was taken in the 4th round out of Baylor and could be the quarterback of the future. Chris Ivory still hasn't run for over 1,000 yards, but he's been outstanding with the Jets. He's a tough, violent, and strong downhill runner who breaks a lot of tackles. He's also pretty fast for a guy his size. Stevan Ridley was brought in as well. He played in just 6 games last year due to a torn ACL, but ran for 1,263 yards in 2013. He's an in-between-the-tackles type of runner as well, but he fumbles the ball a lot. Bilal Powell and Zach Stacy are also in the mix. Powell is the pass catcher of the group, and I would think makes the team because, he did make the team because he offers something different than Ivory and Ridley. Stacy is an in-between tackles runner like Ivory and Ridley. The Jets have never had a receiver catch over 100 balls in a season, while Brandon Marshall has done it 5 times in his career, although he's on the, back end of it. He's a great route runner who can get in and out of his breaks. He's physical, has a big catch radius. He's also one of the best blocking receivers in the game, too. Eric Decker is a solid number 2 and should benefit from Marshall. He's got good hands. He's quick and solid after the catch. Second rounder Devin Smith is a speedster and a big play threat for the future. Chris Owusu is intriguing, and Jeremy Kerley has always been, kind of silently productive. Jay Samaro was a second rounder last year and showed some flashes, but he's out for the season with a torn labrum, so Jeff Cumberland will be the tight end. He can stretch the seam and can block a little bit too. Nick Mangold returned to being my top center in the league just when I thought it looked like he might have lost a step in 2013. He rebounded with a great 2014 campaign. I love the mean streak that he plays with. The Brickashaw Ferguson isn't as great as he used to be at left tackle, but those long arms haven't gone away. He still has good feet. The aggressive Breno Giacomini will start at right tackle, while James Carpenter and Willie Cologne are the guards. The Temple product, Mohamed Wilkerson, is a great athlete for a 6'4", 315-pound behemoth. He's a very good run stuffer. He's very powerful, has long arms, big hands. He plays with great technique to shed blocks. He also uses his quickness to get into the backfield. While stopping the run is Wilkerson's best trait, he's still recorded at least 5 sacks in each of his last 3 seasons, including 10.5 a year ago. Again, it's about his technique and hand usage. The embattled Sheldon Richardson was arrested on July 14th after racing his Bentley 143 miles per hour in an attempt to flee from cops. It's one thing, the speed, it's another to do it with a 12-year-old in your car. Oh boy, Richardson is already facing a 4-game suspension for violating the league's substance abuse policy. Jets general manager Mike McCagnon has stated that Richardson has to, regain the team's trust. He signed through 2016, but the Jets, obviously did just add depth in the draft after, Williams fell in their laps with the 6th pick. So, hey, he's going to be suspended. You're going to have Williams the plug right in there. As a football player, though, Richardson is a very adept pass rusher. After winning the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2013, he followed it up by totaling 8 sacks a year ago. He has a really good bull rush to collapse the pocket, to go along with several counter moves to get after the quarterback. Richardson is very good in space in the run game. He stacks and sheds very well, but overall he tends to be inconsistent in this area of his game. The third member of the New York Jets' scary defensive line alongside Wilkerson and Richardson is Damon Harrison. He's become an upper echelon nose tackle despite being undrafted in 2012. At 6'4", 350, Harrison is ridiculously strong to go along with very long arms, and it helps him keep blockers off him. He disrupts the line of scrimmage and clogs the middle. He's simply unmovable. He may not have tallied any sacks last season, but he can collapse the pocket using a bull rush to create opportunities for his teammates. With Richardson out early on, Williams, again, will get his shot to make an immediate impact. He's strong, athletic, and can shed offensive linemen with ease. I'm really excited to watch him play. Stevan Bowen is another 3-4 defensive end who will see playing time, and TJ Barnes will back up Harrison at nose tackle. David Harris remains one of the league's, unheralded inside linebackers. He's inconsistent. He's consistent year in and year out, but doesn't do anything flashy. He plays with great instincts. His running mate, Demario Davis, is underrated as well. He has size, burst, and the range making plays going sideline to sideline. 34-year-old Calvin Pace and Quinton Coples are the starters at outside linebacker. Coples is incredibly athletic and has that size and speed ratio you look for in a 3-4 outside linebacker. Pace, meanwhile, his production continues to slip each season. No other cornerback in the league plays with as good as technique as Revis does. He'll get, $16 million in base salary this year, $17 next season. The next highest paid corner this season is Patrick Peterson, who is set to make $11.7 million. Revis can defend any style of wideout. His range and instincts are spectacular. He can jam and reroute, and his ball skills are outstanding. He was also only flagged 4 times a year ago, so that just shows how good of technique he plays with. Isn't as good against the run as Richard Sherman is. I had Sherman as my top-ranked corner, but he still sticks his nose in there and is willing tackler. Cromartie has great height and length, and while he may not be as fast as he used to be, he still has fantastic ball skills. He still takes his fair share of chances. Still gets bitten in the ass because of it. The quarterbacks, might have been really, really bad last year, but I thought Darren Walls was solid. 2013 first-rounder D. Milner had struggled so far in his young career. Buster Screen will most likely be the nickel corner. He was with the Browns last season. 2014 first-rounder Calvin Pryor is the free safety. He's a really big hitter and coming off a solid rookie season. Marcus Gilchrist comes over from San Diego and is a former corner with solid coverage skills. Third-string safety Jaquan Jarrett has starter experience in the past. Nick Folk missed 7 field goals last year after missing just 3 in 2013. Punter Ryan Quigley is solid. Chris Owusu will return kicks, and Jeremy Kerley will bring that back to punt. So, prediction time. I think the offseason acquisitions were vital, especially to get some secondary help. You know, now if you can get pressure on the quarterback using that front seven, now you know you can shut them down on the back end too. You know, I think this team has a really good chance of being 8-8. And if all they have to do is just not turn the ball over on offense. And, you know, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, if they have him play all season long, he's the better option because he knows how to manage the game. He knows how to play with a good defense. He's done it in the past. So, yeah, I'm thinking 8-8. You know, just ground and pound, move the chains, drain the clock, let the defense take care of itself. And I think the Jets, you know, they might surprise some people this year. We'll see how long it takes, you know, the defense to get used to Todd Bowles' system. But Rex Ryan was a guy that liked to blitz a lot in the past too. So maybe it won't take that long, you know, to learn a new system. So we'll see what happens. But again, I like the Jets this year. I like them to go 8-8. You know, it's still fourth in the division, but 8-8 is a stride forward in the right direction. So that's it for this video. I'm out of here. My name's Adrian FedQ. Make sure you follow us on Twitter @TheBitterBirds. See you guys later.